It's the Daily Doug.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today. My friends, you have arrived on a Monday. It's the beginning of another week, and I am making it a Metal Monday. At least I'm trying to. We're doing a Dream Theater song, but this might be a kindler, gentler Dream Theater song. I don't care. It's from our friend Bill C., and I am listening today to Trial of Tears from Dream Theater, and I'm happy that you are joining me. From the time that we started doing the Daily Doug, they've been one of my favorite bands to go back to. I really love these guys. They're virtuosic, meaning that they know how to play. They're at the top of their game. They're proggy, which is great. They've got great songwriting. They've got great riffs, and they've got lyrics that actually mean something, and they're worth your time to listen to. And I give a lot of credit to them and their music, and this is one that I haven't heard before, and I'm looking forward to it. We're listening to Trial of Tears from their fourth album, Falling into Infinity. It was released in 1997. And as I read in today, with their first three albums, they really did establish themselves as leaders in a new generation of progressive metal music. But their record label was seeking a little more radio-friendly songs so that they could be, get their music out to more people, so that people were listening on the radio. And this caused the band members to be second-guessing some of their creative instincts so that they could form them in a way that might make their label happy, but they also wanted to be true to themselves. And it created some creative conflicts in the recording process, but I think the band came through it quite well. The end product is an album that may not be most of the fans' favorite albums, but from what I've heard so far, it's really lovely. They're melodic, and the songs are really nice, and I'm happy to get to this one today. From the album previously, I've heard Lines in the Sand, and I remember very much enjoying that one, so I'm looking forward to this one. It's Trial of Tears, the final track on the album, and it's also the longest at 13 minutes. John Myung composed our lyrics for this song, and it is presented in three parts. First part is It's Raining, second part is Deep in Heaven, and then the third part is called The Wasteland, and it's how they finish the album. And I'm looking forward to hearing that album, maybe in its entirety, but by request, today I'm going to be hearing a live version of it. We're going to go to their DVD at the Live in Budokan, their live album that was recorded in Tokyo, Japan in 2004. Because people said, the live version of this is really, really great. So I'm going to take a look. James LaBrie is on lead vocals. John Petrucci is on guitar and backing vocals. For this performance, we've got Jordan Rudess on keyboards, but on the original album, it was Derek Sherinian who was the keyboardist. John Myung is our bassist and is our lyricist for this song, and Mike Portnoy is hanging it down on the drums there behind the band and doing his thing. So let's take a look at Trial of Tears live at Budokan from Dream Theater. Off we go. Okay. Shrouded in darkness. Will the band appear? Will they play their song? We must listen to find out, friends. They always have such interesting backing soundscapes, too. Some of the crowd knows what it is. When I hear an A flat, it makes me think they might be tuned down. That they might be playing an A, but it sounds an A flat. That's what I think that low note is. Big sort of free-form opening, unmetered. They're just kind of filling in the sounds. Now more of them know what it is. They're making us wait for it, aren't they? I think they learned from Pink Floyd. That's one way to make a long song. You just have about a 3-minute introduction on one chord. Give some breath to it. He's got such quiet hands when he plays, and such a deft touch. You know? Okay. I do think that they're tuned down. Because now they're in E flat minor. Up a third. Boom, boom, boom. It's hard to believe that this live concert was 20 years ago. And they're still doing great stuff. They're back in the studio now. You know, original members. It's great. Flat 7. Flat 6. Nice. Down to 3. No, they're in A flat now. I may have spent too long in darkness in the warmth of my tears. No, the warmth of my fears. It's not an optimistic look in this song. James is sounding great. Listen to him. That's up to the 4. Through a trial of tears. Woo! Flat 7, 1 to 4 to 3 to what are they doing? They're in sharps all of a sudden. Hi, Jordan. Look at him go. Wow. Feeling uninspired, he gets into his car. Not much not within his eyes to see. Open up, not much better than the man you hate. He is depressed. He's crying out about it. Woo! Okay, I think we're into the second section called Deep in Heaven, and my notes say this is an instrumental. Take it, John. Spin it over the top of that E flat. They're just over an E flat pedal here. Nice. See what I mean? A kindler, gentler solo. It's a little slower, it's a little more melodic. You know they can shred. They're just taking it easy. And it's just as powerful. Still over the E flat pedal. That's the 5 where they were. Half step. Flat 7. 1. Look at them go. That was cool. Over the top of that E flat, they went to an A flat major chord with the C natural in it. And then went down to B and right up the flat 6, flat 7, 1 until they arrived at the high octave. Jordan's turn. You better be careful, this keyboard's moving. Try that at home, kids. I love with his left hand. He's playing, like here, his left hand, he's able to do some pitch bending. That's how keyboards get to be a little bit like guitar players. 4. Section, isn't it? It's always something that you expect when you hear Dream Theater. Some great solos, and there's flat 6, and there's flat 7, and they go somewhere else, trying to mess with me. Must be part 3, the Wasteland. Yeah. Let's major 4. Cool.
Welcome to the wasteland.
Welcome to the wasteland.
Will you find ashes?
You find nothing but ashes.
Nothing but ashes.
He's not happy.
Disappearing in the air.
outside of me, nowhere to turn. I look for a way back home. A Mixolydian progression here. 1, flat 7. Nice. That's the flat 6. There it goes. Ah, the real 5 chord. I love how Mike stands up too when he's playing. So we get sounds of water. And he hinted at major for a split second. Are they going to leave us hopeful? I interpret that as hopeful. At the end. That makes me feel a little better. Wow, friends. They're so good, aren't they? They just get my blood pumping on a Monday. Metal makes Mondays better, y'all. Get it in the merch store. What a great tune. I feel like I need to get to that album because both of the songs that I've heard there, I really have liked. Falling into Infinity. And I need to look at the Budokan concert itself because it looks like they're in top form there. The lyrics here, friends. John is speaking of someone, like I said, who has fallen into, it sounds like a really deep depression. And our protagonist's experiences in life, I think, haven't left him with much optimism going forward. And we hear the line, "It's raining," I think, as a metaphor of these depressing thoughts. His conclusions that things around him are just not great, and so he's going to be depressed about it. But I think that he's even more depressed, or his depression is enhanced, when he concludes that the promise of heaven in the next life, will be disappointing because it's raining deep in heaven as well. It's raining deep in heaven. I interpret this as him thinking that not even heaven's riches and abundant joy can break through his dissatisfaction and his sadness in this experience. And it's a sad point of view, but it makes for a really beautiful and deeply emotional progressive metal track, doesn't it? And they end it there at the end with a little bit of hope. We don't lose that shred of hope, even at our darkest bottom. I've been there, friends. We go through these highs and we go through these lows, but it's important, I think, when we reach those lows, to meditate and try to stay centered on possibilities that are still available to us. Because if I've learned anything, it's that this too shall pass. When you're happy, it's not going to stay that way. When you're sad, it's not going to stay that way either. And I think that that's maybe what they're alluding to at the end. I think they dialed in the virtuosity and the emotion just right for this song, y'all. It was a balanced and really sturdy tune, and I very much enjoyed it. Thank you, Bill, for sending this one in to me. I very much enjoyed it. We've been listening to Trial of Tears from Dream Theater, live at Budokan. Get to start off the week on the right note, y'all. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time on another edition of The Daily Doug.